Okay, so we are back here with the moon in-house synastry. Okay, so if your partner's moon is in your 11th house, or your moon is in your partner's 11th house, if that makes that always it confuses me, guys. The moon here is really understanding. When someone's moon is in their partner's 11th house, the synastry here makes the moon person really understanding to what the house person has going on. The moon person relates to the house person in a way to where they don't let much get in between their relationship. They feel like the house person is more a family because okay, the 11th house is the friendship house. So these two can definitely feel like friends, but it's the friendship house, but we're dealing with the moon. So it's a family vibe to it. And these two feel really familiar with each other. And the moon person could be very accepting of the house person, the associations the house person has, the house person's dreams, the house person's unpredictable nature. The moon person, even though they don't affiliate with the type of circles and the type of friends that the house person may affiliate with, even if they're not really into the dreams of the person, of the house person, they still feel this inward feeling that they should be loyal, empathetic, sensitive to the house person and everything the house person has going on, because they're going to be non-judgmental. And the house person also feels the connection between them and the moon. They see how the moon person sometimes puts up with their bull crap. They see how the moon person rides the waves of their unpredictable nature, and they really do have like this connection, or they form this connection between them and the moon person for it, because they feel like the moon person is going to be loyal to them no matter what. The only thing is, it just seems like the house person can sometimes end up taking advantage of the moon person, or the moon person ends up feeling like the house person took advantage of them. The house person wants to show their dedication back to the moon person. But the thing about it is, sometimes, because there could be this need for the moon person to establish this bond with the house person, like especially if they're interested in the house person for a relationship, right? So they're doing these things, they're feeling connected to the house person. The house person can really share personal business of theirs and doings of theirs with the moon person, and the moon person is not going to be judgmental of them. They could be judgmental of most everybody else, but they're going to have some type of tolerance for the house person. And what happens is the house person ends up they know this, but the house person sometimes takes it for granted, because they stop really caring, or they start becoming kind of careless in how they're handling the house person, because the house person starts becoming kind of careless the way that they're handling the moon person, because they really do feel like the moon person is going to have their back. They feel like the moon person is going to stick on their side no matter what. But the house person feels like the moon person is their family as well. So it can, if there's not other synastry aspects here, this could be a situation to where it's feeling more like family than anything else. Okay, so what do you know, guys? I'm back doing the video, but in a whole different look because I had to wait till the next day to finish the video. But this is the thing. What's good about it is that with this synastry, between the two people, there is this familiar feel, and you feel like family. But the complications could come in, especially like if depending on what the other synastry is and all that. There could be an element of, because it feels like family, it takes a lot of the romantic aspect out. It becomes more of like this routine. It's a routine, but very unpredictable and unconditional love, or unconditional at the same time, because, hey, we're like family. Think about family. Think about like the relationships you have between you and your mom, and you and your dad, you and your sister and brother, cousins, aunts, uncles. Think about how much they could get on your nerves. But you still accept them. You still accept them because they're your family. And it's almost like, well, this is the role that I'm supposed to play. It's almost like this is what I'm supposed to do. It has nothing to do with whether they get on your nerves or not. It's just like this unconditional understanding between family members a lot of the time. Okay? But that's good. But at the same time, where it can become a little bit problematic is if, especially the moon keeps giving like just with no boundaries, unrestrictive, without hesitation, is waiting, is patient, keeps giving to the house person, and the house person just starts taking advantage of that. Because just like the house person's relationship with a family member, like a mother or a brother, like I said, they will feel like, oh, these situations should just give to me as well. And it can really get in the way of something significant developing here. Something significant developing, more on like hey, let's turn this to a relationship where we operate this as a relationship. And if it does, sometimes the moon person can become resentful of the house person. And the house person really depends on the moon person. So if the moon person cuts off the house person feels like they cut off, or they don't have access to a main line of support. The house person can look to the moon person to mother them or to nurture them. The moon person can find it kind of hard sometimes to navigate the unpredictability of the house person. Because the house person can be really unpredictable, saying that they're going to do this or they're going to do that one minute to the moon person, but then don't fulfilling that need, and just really taking advantage of the situation. But if these two can come together and they have other synastry or whatever, and they're making this work, there is a camaraderie here, because there's unconditional love and acceptance from each other. And the moon person they could be really good friends. And the moon person is seeing the house person from a place where the house person could be more like themselves. And the moon person feels good being able to support the house person. And the house person loves the support from the moon person. And the house person can also support the moon person. And because the moon person can look towards the house person to make them feel accepted as well, like their emotions accepted. It makes them feel like they belong to something, a larger cause, a bigger cause. And here it could be to where they activate each other. Like the moon could definitely activate, or the house person can activate the moon person, drive for, living their dreams, getting things, establishing something, or doing the acts or taking the steps to do something to fulfill their dreams, like their innermost dreams. And there could be an intuitive aspect to this connection. Like these two don't really have to say much to each other. They can naturally understand and pick up on how the other person is feeling. So this is a synastry of where you can really see good friends, or like an unconditional involvement, love, understanding, and really from a genuine place. A genuine place. It's not necessarily like more outer, like we're dealing with the sun. These two can really feel like family. They can feel like family, and they can support each other through unpredictable times and unstable times. They'll be able to be there for each other. Okay, so this has been Moon in the partner's 11th house synastry. I'm Butterfly to Light, and I definitely will be back, so stay tuned.